What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Jaime Munguia, Gennady Golovkin, Oscar Delahoya. Get this. Oscar Delahoya says that Jaime Munguia can knock Gennady Golovkin out this year. Golden Boy Oscar Delahoya says that his plans are for him to make a fight between unbeaten Jaime Munguia and the WBA middleweight champion Gennady Golovkin this year. Delahoya feels that Munguia, which is 41-0 with 33 knockouts, will be the first to knock out Golovkin when that fight comes to fruition. For that fight, Delahoya must make an outrageous offer to Golovkin to get him to agree to fight the 26-year-old Munguia because there's no way to force him to sign for it. Munguia isn't ranked in the top 15 with the WBA, so Delahoya won't be able to force Golovkin to defend against Jaime this year. Even if Delahoya could force Golovkin to take the fight, he could vacate his WBA belt as he recently did with the IBF strap after the International Boxing Federation ordered him to defend against Esquiva Falcao. My dream fight for Jaime Munguia would be Golovkin, said Delahoya, and I can say on record that he can be the first one that can knock out Golovkin. That's what Munguia can do. Whether it's at 160 or 168, said Delahoya, Jaime Munguia is ready for the big fights this year. I'm going to push as hard as I can to get this fight this year. After everyone at 160 or 168 for Jaime Munguia, the fact that we are closing the fight with Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis and working with PBC and Al Heyman, I think it makes it much easier to make these fights happen. Let me counterpunch. If Jaime Munguia, that's if Golovkin fights him, because, Golovkin been flaking later on in life, man. He didn't want the Dimitri Andrade fight. I don't think he wanted the Jamal Charlo fight. I don't know what happened with Chris. Chris Eubank got beat, ultimately, right? He got upset by Liam Beefy Smith, so that didn't happen. But other than that, though, Delahoya, he's the king. He's the king of waiting fighters out until they get old. He did the same thing with Golovkin back in 17 when Golovkin turned a ripe age of 36, 35. So, Golovkin was already at the age that it was time. He was hanging low enough to be picked, okay? Low-hanging fruit, baby. That's what that was, and that's what he's trying to do now when Golovkin is just ready to get out of Dodge. So this would be the time to make a fight between Jaime Munguia and Golovkin because he knows Golovkin, based on his last performance against Canelo in the trilogy, doesn't have much left. He's pretty much a 6-7 round fighter. He's getting old. He's been in wars and battles, and it's time. And Oscar De La Hoya knows it because he's been there. He's been a product of that. Remember Julio Cesar Chavez, the legend, senior? Well, they fought him at a right time. They fought him when he was in his mid to late 30s, when it was time to get him out of there. Okay, they knew, if you're going to beat Chavez now, fight him now before someone else gets him. Remember Frankie Randall? Of course you guys do. If you don't, he was the first one that dropped Julio Cesar Chavez, okay? Pernell Whitaker drawed with him, and everybody agreed that, Pernell beat him. But nonetheless, De La Hoya was young enough, strong enough, sharp enough, and fit enough and able enough to get the job done in the eyes of many, including the judges, okay? I think Jaime Munguia is a rapid fighter. I would love to see that fight a couple years ago. That would have been nice, but nonetheless, if Jaime can't do it now, he'll never be able to do it, okay? But the time is now. De La Hoya is perfect with picking time and waiting out fighters. I would like to see it nonetheless. I would rather see Jaime Munguia take on Jamal Charlo, somebody that's more his speed, more his age, right? But nonetheless, De La Hoya sees a vision, and of course he's going to act on it because Golovkin looks the most vulnerable now at age 40 come April 8th. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of De La Hoya wanting Jaime Munguia to stop Gennady Golovkin, to make a statement for his fighters. Please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!